Hey, what's going on, man? It's Noah with YuGiOh Gaming. Who do we have here today?
Jacob Hammer.
Awesome. And what was your team today?
The All-Seeing Third Eye.
The All-Seeing Third Eye. I love it. And what did you play today?
Well, I played Gruel Mid-Range. Wait, no.
Oh, whoa.
Sorry. Chimera Horus.
About the same.
Yeah, about the same.
All right, let's get into it.
Start with hand traps.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it this way.
Thank you very much.
3 ash, 3 draw.
Love it.
It's
Simple and
underwhelming,
effective.
sided out a bunch. Droll is droll. And that's it for that.
Only hand traps?
Only 2 hand traps. Only 2 types.
Did you miss nib at all? Never. All right. Sounds good to me.
2 talents. I don't want to see more than... Seeing 2 feels bad, so that's why I'm not.
Definitely understand.
And then let's go Horus. 3 M City, 1 Happy, 1 Domitef.
Beautiful.
Free sword.
Definitely.
Because this is what happens. You get drolled, you just play with this. Pretty simple.
But effective.
Yeah. There's a handful of random stuff. Chimera stuff. Pretty standard. 3 Codal, 3 Sword Knight, 3 Gazelle, and 2 Perfament. With the 3 Chimera Fusion.
Looks standard to me.
Yep. This a 3's nice, but like, then you open multiples.
I would not want to see one in my hand.
It's not bad to see in your hand, it's just bad to
C2.
see 2 and not have anything to do with them. Chimera Fusion.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now, here's the jank cards that you play because you're playing Illusion.
Oh, I love it.
Play Master Town, because whenever center grave, it summons an Illusion back.
It's nasty.
And it allows you to have a 1 card OTK against anything. The other Illusion monster is Emissary from the House of Wax. Because no one expects it, it just wins instant chariot, and it's really fun. Attack you, summon it, and then their board's frozen.
Oh, I love that.
It does get sided out a bunch, but it's kind of in there. It was this recalled by, and this is way funnier.
Fun fact, it's also short print. People have only pulling
really?
like 3 or 4 in their cases.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
The best fire tech, anti-fire tech.
Oh my! I saw it. I knew it immediately.
It's a fiend. You summon, you send it to the grave, and you quick effect summon it whenever you want.
Nasty.
And then the best boy, a random common from Dune.
Oh, dude.
It's another level 4 beast.
I was about to say, tell me what it does.
I wish I could tell you.
Oh my god.
It basically says when your opponent gets rid of exactly one of your monsters, depending on where that monster is, either summon that monster back or summon this card. So if the monster is grave or banished face up, it summons that monster, and this banishes from hand or grave to activate this. Otherwise, it summons itself, and then it becomes a 3K.
It is beautiful.
So someone fenders your board, you trigger its effect, and then you summon it, and it becomes 3K.
Right. You can also do it with the out the barrier.
Yeah, you can do it out barrier statue.
Yeah.
You can do it out anything, and also it resummons it. So let's say you ended the board with this on board, and you used it on your turn. Go next turn, they out it with something. You resummon it, triggers its on summon effect. So
How good was it today?
really good, arguably better than barrier statue, because this feels decent to draw.
I can't tell you how many times I looked over and saw his opponent reading this card.
This might have been the reason I went to time.
I read it. I just wanted you to tell everyone else what it did.
Yeah, and then the last of the fusion type things, 2 edge imp, 2 patchwork, 2 poly,
Very standard.
and then the MVP poly.
The best one.
Yep. So pretty simple.
I mean, you didn't need that card, man. No, come on.
I mean, it is funny against Snake Eye Fire King Princess. So one of your fusions requires a beast and a fiend. Kieran is a beast monster. Promethean Princess is a fiend. You just super rolling to engine.
You are nasty.
I did it in
That's
once.
so good.
The other thing about the Horus monsters is that they're also sharing the same types, so that you can fuse them if you draw them.
What is up? We're at
So yeah, the Horus monsters all mentioned.
we have top 4.
Imseti's Imseti, but whatever.
Imseti doesn't count.
Yeah, Imseti doesn't count. That's a beast. So it's good to get into things. And then this, at worst case, is a win for Muddragon. But this is just here because it's good.
I love it so much.
And then yeah, Super Poly MVP, because Super Poly. Also the other reason is you don't care if you get Super Polyed, because what are you going to do? Give me more pluses?
Real quick, what did I say about your deck check?
I don't know. I was just terrified.
Oh yeah, I walk up. I'm in. Hey man, your deck's sweet. He's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was worried. It was like there's a problem.
Oh, no problems.
Extra deck.
It's too gooey.
So yeah, Muddragon Garura, pretty standard.
Very standard.
Fusing them yourself. You need to. The Chimera package is 2 Chimera and 2 Baphomet. and then the one big one. This is your OTK, and it's just hard to out.
So cheesy.
Yeah. Lets you OTK through Little Knight or things like that. This hand rips, so normally you can make this easily after they hand drop you once, sometimes twice. Then they're down an extra card.
Very
it's always a
powerful.
starter because if they're out of hand traps. And then it summons back Barrier Statue as a quick effect. Or anything else you want as a quick effect.
Slimy.
This helps you get to other plays and lets you foolish anything you need, get other stuff, and just do whatever. So that's normal. MVP non-Chimera card, technically.
That card is nasty.
It is
The fact
recycle
you
your
can't
field.
respond is so good.
No, you can respond to it.
I thought
It has to chain. It's like Little Knight. It has to chain
okay.
to an effect that isn't its own effect,
There it is.
and it pops any card on field.
My misunderstood.
Your field or opponent's field. So I've done plays where they're like going for it evenly, and then I pop my field. So then I leave a thing, and then I don't get it banished face down. So it's nice. Recycles a bunch of things and lets you basically re-resolve patchwork if you open polys. 2 Guardian Chimera.
Very standard.
So, yeah, it's real good. Fun fact: this is an 8. So Horus things it also comes on.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Typing is a fiend yet again, and you deck likes fiends.
Seems like it lines up very well.
Yeah, it's a bunch of weird small overlaps that work. Guardian Chimera is Guardian Chimera. You can always chain block it, so it's never gonna get ashed. And you can usually you have targeting protection and things, so it's not getting impermed or anything. So that's all the fusions. Then we played 5 other non-fusions. We played 3 XYZs. Number 1, Infection Buzz King, came out in Maze.
Tell me what that card does.
It does a lot of things. No, it doesn't. So it pops any card, it burns, it rips a card from your opponent's extra deck, it takes something out of their grave, and it's a fiend. So on summon, it rips a card out of your opponent's extra deck. You choose, you look at it, you see what you're playing against, you take something. A lot of the time you just take a Little Knight, or in Centurion you just take Crimson Dragon and half their extra deck's dead. It's pretty good. It's detached, target a card your opponent controls, destroy it, and then if it's a monster, burn equal to half its attack. And then during your standby phase, it attaches a card in your opponent's graveyard to it. So it'll, if you ever, you can summon it back in the end phase with the Chimera, and then in your standby you just take something out of their grave. It doesn't target, so it doesn't matter. And it's a fiend.
Very powerful.
Photon Lord, just because if you open Sark and you have a huge Chimera play but you don't want to get drolled, that's it. Pretty much never made it otherwise. Typhon, because Typhon also fiend, and so they kill it, you can resummon it back.
Oh wait, this is a fiend?
This is a fiend.
Hold on, is this one a fiend?
Yes.
Dude, it's crazy.
This is the non-fiend and it feels bad,
Could have been a fiend.
but it has to detach. These both have effects when not. So yeah, I was like, I'll out that. Yeah, sure, I'll summon it back.
Why, thank you.
I used to do that with Babushka, but I cut Babushka
Why, dude? That's a fiend.
because harder to get 2 force on board than it is to just summon any monster.
Makes
Also,
sense.
it's good to talents, take, summon. Last 2, Lake Monsters.
Super stand.
Yeah.
Excuse me, mandatory. Absolutely. I think those are very powerful in that deck.
Yep. So
What is that?
Muckracker.
What is it?
It's the link that everyone plays in Labyrinth to resummon Chaos Angel.
It's a fiend, right?
Yeah, it's a fiend.
Okay,
Obviously.
just making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah. So Little Knight, you use banish your own shit and grave, and if you have to, opponents, it is Little Knight, but you use it to make sure your plays get extended. It's great to super poly and then summon something, do that. The only thing that fusion locks you is the summon effect of Baphomet, and that's really it. Then Muckracker is Muckracker. It lets you go through and you end with a bunch of things, and your end board looks terrible, but it's really good. It's normally just like this with 2 sets and like grave setup, and this looks terrible. And it does, and it is. But it ends on a barrier statue lock that's pretty much impossible to out. Because you will have a targeting protection, you'll have a monster effect negate, you'll have a resummon of the barrier statue, and Muckracker protects any monster if it would be destroyed by battle or card effect by tripping fiends. You have at least 2 fiends.
I caught your top 8, and I'm not gonna lie, After seeing the deck, I was a little underwhelmed, but after I kept watching, I was overwhelmed.
Yeah, the deck looks terrible.
It was great. I had a good time watching
But yeah, you just do this, you summon things, and then that's it. Sideboard.
Yes, sir.
The deck doesn't, if it can do what it wants going first, it doesn't need to really side anything, and it'll just win. So, I want to say about 15 cards of the sideboard are just going second cards. 3 evenly. 3 cosmic. Cosmic first against certain matchups, Fire King, or Cash. Hit against Cash. I never activated evenly once today. Literally never saw it. Pretty bad. It's great, but I never saw it. Then we go into the better hand traps than Ash. DD Crow, Lab, Voiceless, Fire King, Mirror Match even, but no one ever did that. Horus, things, you just hit stuff and they can't summon. 2 Phantasme.
How was Phantasme?
I mean, as anyone else has said today, against Fire King and everything, it's great. It's at least draw 2 or 3 and fix your hands. Gives you targeting protection, and it most importantly puts the thing on board, so then anytime you activate a fusion spell, it threatens a Guardian Chimera, and they have to worry about that.
Is it a fiend?
Unfortunately, no.
Ah, tried.
Unfortunately, I know. DD Crow, Wing Beast, but it's a hand trap. It'll never be there. This is at least a dark, so you can fuse with it into fun stuff. Played 2 pink because it's pink.
I love to see it.
It's another thing that summons itself and then is annoying to deal with.
How was it today?
When I saw it though, one time, it was great. I like never saw my sideboard.
You didn't need it though.
For the most part, no. This is I had 2 spots and I have no idea.
What is that?
They're level 8s, so they work with Horus. They're beasts, so they work with that. And it's an earth.
It's a fiend in its heart. Look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you summon it, and against Voiceless, it's a forced negate. Because you'll just bounce the load of their hand, and then they can't do anything with it. And if they don't negate it, then yeah, you win.
And the summon is not once per turn.
And the summon is not once per turn, so you just summon it, bounce
and summon it again. Yep.
And do whatever. Worst case, it's a beast for fusion material. So, and it also, you summon it, and if ever played against Lab, just hit Lady, Lovely, just hit things. It's big. And the last card, MVP, but not really, because it never came up, because I never played against those decks. Chaos Hunter. Why? Your opponent can't banish cards. Runic, this says no to every single Runic, because you can Foolish every single Fiend. And
oh my gosh, it's a fiend.
It's a Fiend.
Yes.
It's Shifter Protection for cash. It's all that. And worst case, you open it and you summon it. It's a hand trap.
I love it.
They have to attack over it in cash. Runic literally can just make Nightmare Unicorn like they're playing that. Yeah, they can attempt to target it with flashing fire, things like that, but you have targeting protection and other things.
That is bananas.
Or you have forest monsters sitting next to it. It's like, do you want to destroy it? I'm gonna draw 4.
They can't flashing fire because
They can't.
They can't do that.
They can't activate it. You can summon it as many times as you want to.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
So imperm.
I remember we were playing that card in Sprite for the same reasons.
It's for Shifter. It's great. Unfortunately, it's not as easy to summon when the turn you get Shifter. So.
Definitely respect that.
Fun plays. You don't like Shifter. You don't like Droll, but I mean, you can deal with it.
What was your personal record today?
I think I lost one match and drew another.
I think you lost one, drew one.
And I think I lost one, drew one, which was our team's record. Deck does struggle a little bit with time because everyone's going to be reading every single one of your cards, and that takes way too long. And you do that, and you don't have too many ways to deal damage in time without battle phase. Like you can Buzz King, but that's about
Fiend?
it.
Buzz King?
You can Red Resonator. It's a Fiend.
Oh my goodness.
I used to be doing that, and then Buzz King came out, and that's about it. Otherwise, you just cry because you have so much advantage, and your opponent's like, yeah, I have 100 more life, sorry. So, fix the time rules or something. I understand why, but still, I hate them.
I love the deck. Definitely one of my top 4 decks from the event today.
Yep.
Do you have any shout-outs?
the people that made me come here.
Yeah.
So I guess the team, the other team, and some random person that made this deck list in Japan, and I said, sure, sounds good.
Send it.
Yeah, I don't know who, but since you're not fusion locked, it gives you a lot more random options for stuff.
Also, it's so hard to interact with that deck.
Also, yeah, it's very hard to interact with. No hand traps besides Droll, Shifter. Interact with it well. I had a Centurion player Valor me twice and Ash me, and I still made a board and Barrier Statue locked them. And ripped a card out of hand, so they're on 2 cards.
You love to hear it.
And I didn't even use talents. It doesn't need it. But yeah, sometimes you just open 5 cards that do literally nothing. And worst case, you set an illusion monster and pass, and then your opponent doesn't know what to do because they can't die by battle. So
Thanks a bunch, man.
yeah.
And congratulations.
Yeah.